Honey, Barry is going through as rough a time as Ginny. It was his baby, too.
It was Ryan Connor's baby.
Ryan Connor?
Yes.
How long have you known that?
A long time, Max.
Does Barry know?
Oh, I suppose he knows by now. Whether he'll accept it, admit it, or understand it, that's something else.
Oh, why didn't Ginny tell him?
Oh, Max, she tried, but she was afraid that he wouldn't be able to deal with it. And if he finds out now, I know he won't be able to deal with it. I'm afraid he's going to do something terrible to her.
Oh, I don't think Barry would ever hurt Ginny.
He's already hurt her. It's his fault she lost that baby.
Now, honey, all this talk about Barry being irrational. Now, I think you're the one who's being irrational. I know you're trying to help, but you have no business becoming involved in Barry and Ginny's personal affairs.
I'm already involved, Max. I am not going to back away and watch that man destroy her.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, suppose it does happen. Then it'll be too late, won't it?
Look, suppose I tell you that I'll keep a real close watch on Barry, huh? Well, will that make you feel better?
Yes, it will.
Okay. Then that's what I'm gonna do. You going back to bed, honey?
No, since Barrett's going to be out of the house all day, I think I'll go down and see how Ginny is.
That's what you're doing, isn't it? Punishing me.
I am not punishing you. Just can't put up with the way you're treating me anymore.
I think I've been more than kind to you. What other man would have forgiven his wife if she was carrying another man's child, and she'd been deceiving him about it for months?
I tried to explain to you my reasons for not telling you.
Oh, yes, my mood swings, my depressions. What a perfect excuse for you.
Barry, it was not an excuse. I didn't tell you because I was worried about how it would affect you.
You weren't concerned about my feelings. You were concerned about yours. You thought I was going to ask you to have an abortion, didn't you? Isn't that true?
Barrett.
Now, you would have refused because you wanted to have Ryan Connor's baby.
It never occurred to me that you'd ever ask me to have an abortion.
And would you have obliged? Well, it's all over now anyway, isn't it? It's all taken care of.
I'm not going to stand here and listen to this.
Oh, yes, you are going to stay here and listen to it. Now, you're my wife, and you have an obligation to me. I come first in your life, not Steve, not Grandma, not Rena, me. You're going to put Ryan Connor out of your mind forever and concentrate on our marriage.
Barrett, please let go. You're hurting me.
We're going to have a new beginning, you and I. And it's going to start by you moving back into our bedroom. Or else.
Or else what?
Or else you'll regret the day you ever met Ryan Connor.
Ginny, I was just calling you, but when no one answered, I started to worry. Lord, what has that man done to you now?
I don't think I can take it anymore, Rena. I don't know what to do.
What happened, Ginny?
Barrett and I have been arguing ever since I got back from the hospital. He knows the baby was Ryan's.
Is that what you've been arguing about?
Mostly.
Well, I figured he'd guess it sooner or later.
He didn't guess it. I told him.
You were taking quite a chance.
Well, I didn't know I was telling him. I was still in the hospital. I was heavily sedated, and I thought I was talking to Ryan. Of course, Barrett is glad that I lost the baby.
wasn't his baby. How can he be glad?
He is.
Honey, I don't think that man realizes what he's saying.
He goes from being so cruel to being very kind and gentle.
Well, that has been his pattern all along, hasn't it?
Then he tells me he wants to start a new life.
What do you want, Ginny?
I couldn't even sleep in the same bed with him last night. Rena, I'm terrified of him. Of what he might do to me. Or Steve. Or Ryan.
Did Barrett make any specific threats?
No.
Did you ever talk to Courtney about him?
No.
Well, you were planning to.
I know. I changed my mind.
Honey, I know she's Barrett's sister, but she's also a doctor. That's why I thought she might be able to help.
I was thinking about that on the way here. I just don't think it would do any good.
Why not?
Because if Courtney talks to Barrett, he'll just be very calm and he'll deny that anything's wrong at all. And then, afterwards, he'll be very angry with me.
Ginny. Ginny, I'm worried about you. I think maybe you should leave Barrett.
Where would I go?
Honey, this is only a suggestion, okay? But you could stay with my parents. They've got lots of room in their home for both you and Steve.
Oh, Rena, I don't think that's the answer.
Have you got a better one?
He needs to get professional help. Barrett needs to talk to somebody about his problems, to talk to a doctor.
Honey, he refuses to accept that he has any problems.
So far, he has refused.
Ginny, this is only going to get worse. How much longer can you put up with this?
I'm terrified to leave him. And I'm terrified to stay with him. What if he takes his anger out on Ryan?
Ryan can take care of himself.
But I can't be responsible for Barrett's hurting Ryan.
Honey, there's a much bigger chance that you'll get hurt. Or Steve. Oh, Ginny, you know I'm right.
Oh, my God.
Honey, have you talked to Kate about this?
She's over at Wanda and Buddy's.
Well, let me drive you over there. Hmm? Now, don't worry. If that is Barrett, I won't let him in.
Hey, Rena, I'm looking for Ginny. You seen her around?
Come on in, Jeb. She's here. We've got something to talk to you about.